This is all of it on WNYC. I'm Alison Stewart. We are live in the Greene Space in Soho with a special edition of all of it for you today. For the next hour, we'll be joined by the cast and creative team of Broadway's Hell's Kitchen, the musical inspired by Alicia Keys, growing up here in New York City, which opened on Broadway 1 year ago this month. Happy anniversary. Today, we're going to hear from some amazing performers. Jade Milan, who plays the lead. Allie is here. Jessica Vosk, who plays Allie's mom, Jersey. R&B hitmaker Tank, who plays Allie's dad, Davis. And the Tony Award winner for her role, Allie's mentor, Keisha Lewis, will join us as well. And because a Broadway musical can't happen without its creative team, hanging out with us throughout the hour will be the pros behind the show. Adam Blackstone is the music supervisor for Hell's Kitchen. Hey, heard that. He'll be here as a prolific songwriter and producer. He's also playing bass today. And we also have Hell's Kitchen musical consultant Tom Kitt, whose Broadway credits are too many to count, including Jagged Little Pill, American Idiot, Next to Normal, which won him a Pulitzer. We have our audience in studio today. If you would like to see it live, you're listening on the radio, go to WNYC.org to watch the live stream. That is all ahead. But now to kick things off with some music, here is the star of Broadway's Hell's Kitchen, Jade Milan, with a performance of The River, live in the Greene Space.
I'm alone in a corner of a one-room apartment, dirty windows, let the light in through my fingers and make patterns on the carpet, heavy footsteps on the ceiling, and the siren in the distance drown the sound of playing children. I am alone here in a crowd of 7 million. I know there's more to life than this, 'cause something's calling me. So I follow the river. So I follow the river, and I'm gonna catch the wind, 'cause I'm dying to begin. Follow the river. There's a heartbeat out on these streets. It's a bonfire that's satellite inside of me. There's no army that can stop me. Watch how strong I'm gonna be when they said I couldn't be. I know there's more to life than this, 'cause something's calling me. So I'll follow the river. Follow the river, and I'm gonna catch the wind, 'cause I'm dying to begin. Follow the river. Follow the river.
That was Jade Milan, star of Broadway's Hell's Kitchen. We're live in the Greene Space with Jade. We're going to bring up musical consultant Adam Blackstone and Tom Kidd. All right?
How are you?
I'm good. Let's get our little situation around here.
Give it up for Jade Milan one more time, y'all.
Adam, we just heard the song The River that was written specifically for the show.
Yes.
When and why and how did you decide that certain songs like The River needed to be written specifically for Hell's Kitchen?
I think that our incredible boss, Alicia Keys,
The boss.
composer, lyricist, producer, she has been working on this project. I don't know how many who know this, but for about 12 years now. I was brought in 9 years ago, and she said to me, I'm going to make my music into a play. And I said, what? Because I see we have all ages, all races in here. She has some of our favorite songs that we just listen to on the radio. We put the CD on, we go to our Spotify playlist, whatever the playlist may be, and just listen. But when you think about a song like The River, you thinking about some of the songs that we're going to sing today, If I Ain't Got You, we think about No One, we think about Girl on Fire. When you see our show, you think about it from a different perspective. You're not thinking about it from the musician side. She actually had foresight from 25 years ago to tell a story through her music that is still very relevant. So a song like The River, which was in her stash, I would say, really speaks about, it might not be one of the most popular songs of hers, but it was in her writing stash. And she brought it out specifically for the show because it speaks about her dreams and aspirations that she was feeling as a young woman growing up in New York City, where she feels like the chaos of the city did not cloud her judgment on the entirety of the genius that she had in her. And sometimes we just need that one inspirational thing to look out the window, to look for God to inspire us, for there to be a higher calling. And for this, and at that time in her life, and now for Allie, it was the Hudson River.
When you were thinking about putting that in the show, Tom, where were you thinking it should go? How did you think it should be performed within the show? You were the music supervisor.
Well, I think that what's so wonderful about it is it does what you want that kind of song in a musical to do. It happens early on in the show, usually in the second slot in the show, which is when it occurs. And it's what we often call an I want song for a musical, where the protagonist declares in beautiful tones, as you just heard, their dreams, their wishes, their hopes, their aspirations. And it's amazing to hear Adam talk about that. It was a song that had been brewing, had been in Alicia's repertoire to come out for the perfect moment. And it was already a part of the show when I came on to Hell's Kitchen in 2023, and I was so struck by how perfectly it works as a musical theater song, and that's what's amazing.
Why does it work as an I want song?
Because
also, I have to say, Tom Kidd can turn anything into an I Want song. He's the best in the world. So go ahead.
That's huge praise coming from Adam Blackstone. I just want to let that sit for a second. But it lyrically, it does. It expresses a want, a desire, a need to get to a certain place. Musicals, we track someone's journey from that moment to the end and see if those dreams are attained. And then, of course, musically, it allows for the beautiful voice, for notes that mean something, for soaring melodies, so that the listener can get inside of those dreams and root for the character over the course of the show.
What does The River mean to you when you sing it every night? Or Jade?
I think for me, I think it's a reminder of the tagline of our show, remember where dreams begin. And for me, playing the character, it reminds me of what Allie's desire is, like what it's rooted out of. She understands that there is something that is, like Adam said, there's something greater on the inside of her that's calling her, that's beckoning her to rise to a level that she's never known before. And I think that it's a perfect reminder, because it is the second song of the show. It's a perfect reminder for me as Allie, because it it reminds me to dig deeper and to go after the dimensions that are calling Allie within the story itself. And so for me, it's just a reminder to stay true to the stakes. Does that make sense? The stakes are high, and she's set on going after what's calling her. And so I think for me, it sets my eyes on the bigger thing that's calling Allie, and to chase that, and to inform all of my choices and decisions as an actor with my scene partners, to settle that in the foundation of we're going after the bigger thing. What is the bigger thing? What is the thing that's calling you? What's inside of you? Go after that. And so for me, that's my reminder.
It's a good reminder for you because you just became Allie at the beginning of this month after understanding the role.
And if you haven't seen Jade Milan on Broadway at the Schubert Theater, please go see that. It is otherworldly. Her voice and her acting are just, carry us to an emotional place every night. So please go support this young woman.
How is your routine changed since becoming Allie?
It's been a whole new world. I think we were just talking about it in the back a little bit. It has required a new level of vocal discipline, of intentionality in my day. Because as an understudy, there's a level of uncertainty because you never know when you're going to go on unless you have scheduled shows like I did every other week. But when you know that you are going on every single night, there's a different level of again, I can't say it too much, intentionality in what you eat, the way that you're talking, the times that you eat, the times that you talk. You know what I mean? It is literally, and I say this all the time, I'm in a student seat. No matter where I am, I try to stay in a student seat. So I am letting the role tell me what I need. Yeah. And that's on a day-to-day basis because the voice changes from day to day. And so I just try to go with whatever my voice says it needs that day. And if I need a little extra sleep, then we're pressing snooze. And we just try to work with whatever the requirement is for that day.
Tom or Adam, what happens when you bring a new actor into the role? Go for it, Tom.
It's the most thrilling thing about this art form is that musicals they live in the world, and you get to see great artists come to material, and how it lives in someone else's artistry. I think that's one of the greatest things that we get to experience as creators, to see all of the ways that our work can speak to different artists.
I'm scared every time.
For real?
Yeah, this is my baby, It's kind of like, it's like getting a new nanny. It's like, you kind of want to stay with the nanny for a week. But you have to, relinquish those moments and trust yourself with who we have chosen. It's a great nanny analogy as well. So you gotta trust yourself. And then the team around us, I must say, the Hell's Kitchen entire team, not just Tom, not just Mandy and Aaron and the Schubert Theater, but everybody believes in Jade. Everybody believes in my boy Tank. Everybody believes in Jess and the amazing Keisha Lewis. It's like when we pick a new person, it's because they have what it takes to fulfill that role. And so, I've been seeing Allie's almost for a decade, and I never think that it can get better. And each show I go to, I'm just amazed by the connectivity of the music to the character to the actor or actresses. It's really, really good.
We'll have more with the team from Hell's Kitchen. This is all of it live from the Greene Space. Stay with us.
A will or estate plan speaks volumes about your hopes and dreams for the future. As we look ahead to our next 100 years, designating WNYC as part of your legacy will ensure that quality public radio programs are here for future generations. To learn more about our Centennial Legacy Challenge, visit WNYC.org/legacy.
WNYC is supported by the New York City Campaign Finance Board. Their matching funds program takes qualifying donations from New Yorkers and multiplies them 8 times. That means voters' small donations can have an even bigger impact. nycvotes.org/matching funds. St. Thomas Church, Fifth Avenue, presenting Holy Week choral services featuring the St. Thomas Choir of Men and Boys, now through Easter Sunday, April 20th. Learn more at stthomaschurch.org/Holy Week. City Harvest, who are on the road every day rescuing 77 million pounds of nutritious food a year for New Yorkers in need, transforming surplus food into sustenance and sustainability. That's how they feed good. More at cityharvest.org.
This is all of it. I'm Alison Stewart. Ooh, that was a bass. Oh, yeah. Yes, it was. We are live in the Greene Space at WNYC with the cast and creative team from Hell's Kitchen. This is a listening party live. You're listening to us on the radio. Jump on a computer and head to WNYC.org to watch a live stream. On stage with me, we have actress Jessica Vosk. You know her as Elphaba. You know her as Waitress. She plays Allie's overprotective mom in Hell's Kitchen, Jersey. Up. And also with us, R&B singer and actor Tank, who plays Allie's dad in the show, Davis. Nice to see you. Let's get to some more music. Here's Jessica Voss and Tank with Fallen by Alicia Keys from Hell's Kitchen.
I keep on falling in and out of love with you. Sometimes I love you, sometimes you make me blue. Sometimes I feel good, at times I feel used. Loving you, darling, makes me so confused. I keep on falling in and out of love with you. I never loved someone the way that I love you. Wah, bah, 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 bah. Never felt this way. How do you give me so much pleasure and cause me so much pain? Just when I think taking more than what a fool. I start falling back in love with you. Fall in and out of love with you. I never loved someone the way that I love you. I'm falling in and out of love with you. I never loved someone the way that I love you.
That was Jessica Voss and Tank of Broadway shows Hell's Kitchen with Fallen. We are here in the Greene Space with a remix. Adam Blackstone and Tom Kidd are also with me. Jessica.
Ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Why did you want to take on the role of Jersey?
Oh gosh, I mean,
number one, and I remember having this conversation when I had the chance to meet Alicia, I had said to her, same thing that Adam just said. I had asked her if she wrote her catalog with Broadway in mind. Because when you, growing up, right, I'm in my 40s. And
You look good, Jersey girl.
Adam.
You look
Adam.
good, Jersey girl.
Oh my God. So when I grew up, it was like MTV was videos, right? And when Alicia would put a video out, boy, could she tell a story with a video. I mean, remember when You Don't Know My Name came out and The Diner, and I'll never forget that video, right? And I walked in, and when we met and had a little, meeting and got to sing together, I'd asked her that question, when you wrote these songs, did you know it would wind up in a musical? And she said, no, but what a great storyteller. So that's number one. Number two, it's real fun to sing. I call this the most un-Broadway Broadway show, right? It's pop, it's R&B. You get to really flex those muscles. You're not doing what I like to call the jazz hands, right? I'm used to Elphaba. I'm used to being able to like belt and straight tone in a Broadway way. This is fun to do because it gets you to flex a different muscle. And then you really do get a lot of creative liberty from these creatives, which is also not a typical Broadway thing. So that's number two. And then number three, while I'm not a mom, I believe, I get a lot of what I bring to Jersey from my own mom, who's tough, but I also think that moms are many things at once, and they're extremely nuanced. They're tough. They might want to kill their kid, but they'll also lay in traffic for them.
Yes.
And they're full of love and heart and vulnerability, but they'll also read you the riot act if need be. Yeah. So it's a very, very amazing role to take on and play, because there's a lot to have fun with in the sandbox.
Tank, it's your Broadway debut.
Yeah.
That's right.
Why did you want to join the Broadway community?
What's crazy is that I didn't.
That's
You know what I mean?
honest.
It wasn't on my bingo card at all. And, Alicia Keys and Adam called and said, hey, man, we got this thing that we want you to be a part of. And, just out of respect for the name, you show up. When you see Alicia Keys, whatever it is, you just pull up and you ask questions later. And I said, okay, I'll come. I'll see what all of this is about. And I said, well, let me see it first to see what I'm walking into. And I went and watched a play the day before my audition, and I fell in love. And I said, if I'm going to do Broadway, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to do this thing right here. And, being part of this has completely changed my perception and perspective in terms of what Broadway really is. I think they were hating just a little bit to keep me out of here. You know what I'm saying? Oh, you don't want to do Broadway, Tank. It ain't for you. This is for me, man.
Yeah.
This is for me.
Tom, that song is so different than how any of us ever heard it. We love it, but it's just so different. What? You making faces? Why is he making faces?
Because yes, and I agree, and I'm throwing because what Adam and Alicia made, reinventing it as a jazz waltz that then I got to come in and get to orchestrate with Adam. Every time I hear it, it's so satisfying and so gives you what you love and what you know, and then takes you on this whole other journey, which is
So as we were looking for orchestrators, I don't know why we were, because Tom K is the best. I'm gonna keep saying that. I had to prep him each time I was about to play a song. I was like, okay, so this is what I did to this song.
Okay.
And I'm like, okay, here's what I did to this ballad. You know what I mean? And so I think that it's crazy, the through line about Tank now being on Broadway, about this song Falling. Alicia always was very vocal about that Davis character almost being a crooner, R&B, Sammy Davis meets a Marvin type of, crooning, not only vocalist, but father figure as well, right? Yeah. And so as we go to these star calls, as in these roundtables, for those who don't know, Tank is R&B royalty.
Yeah.
And so You know, I put him up there with Boys to Men. I put him up there with Babyface. I put him up there with John Legend. And so those are the names that were coming out. And I put him up there. And as soon as I said it, Alicia's face lit up. You know, Instagram is the new resume. So we go on there, you know, it's this handsome guy. He's still singing. He's in shape. And then we heard him sing. I think you sang on R&B Money podcast, like a Babyface song with Face or something. And it was like, that's who we need. And so I'm so thankful that he came through. I'm so thankful that these songs are able to be flipped enough to even resonate to a modern day artist. And then the viewing audience as well. When you think you're about to hear Fallin', your favorite song from Alicia Keys, it tells a whole nother story with mother and father. So
it's the one I hear about the most
Yeah.
from fans
Oh,
in my
interesting.
inbox is wow. Number one, the chorus, they sped it up. Oh my gosh, it's this fantastic jazz waltz. And also just that scene itself speaks to Adam saying it's so different because it's what most people at least slide into my DMs with after every show.
I kind of have a dumb question I'm going to ask you, Tom. When you said you had to orchestrate it, what does that mean?
So orchestration is basically, in Broadway, writing all of the instrumental parts out. And some orchestrations on Broadway are small chamber ensembles. Some, in days past, we had 30, 40-piece orchestrations. I wish I could have a 30-piece orchestration someday. And so for Hell's Kitchen, we built it with the rhythm section, and then when we went to Broadway, we expanded the orchestration to include strings and horns, which was really exciting. One of my favorite things about this orchestration is, as you've heard, Adam Blackstone is a virtuoso, one of the most incredible instrumentalists I've ever heard and been around, and I had the great pleasure of transcribing Adam's original bass part into the ink, as we call it. So just getting to listen to how he plays the bass and all of the tonalities that he finds is a masterclass of itself.
Can y'all tell we love each other, right?
Right. Nice.
Thank you, Tom.
One of the things I think is so interesting about you, Jessica, is you used to work on Wall Street. For
Yes,
people
I
who
did.
didn't know.
Sure did.
I just found this out too. I didn't know this either.
Yes, I did. Yes.
What was the moment you were like, that's it, I'm done?
You know, I was telling Tom this earlier. I didn't go to school for theater. I sang as a kid growing up. I'm a big sight reader. Loved choir. Loved blending. Loved tone. Loved harmony, and I became obsessed with it. But I wanted to make my parents proud. So when I graduated school, it was with investor relations, and I worked in New York for 3 years in Wall Street capacity, and I sort of I didn't listen to any music. I didn't sing anything. I didn't see any shows. I sort of kept it all down because I think there's a part of our subconscious when we aren't doing what we love. I know I like to shut that piece off, right? It's sort of like if I don't see it, it doesn't exist. And that manifested in anxiety and stress. And one day I decided to take a leap of faith. It helped that the market crashed. No, wait, we'll talk about that later. But I took a leap of faith, and I left that job without a safety net, and I just sort of pounded the pavement for a while until I got hurt. I'd show up at jazz clubs. I'd go sing and put my name on a list and hope they would see me by 2 a.m. and go back to work again. And finally, things started to happen. So I've been in this business for only 10 years, and it's been a wild ride. But to get to be here doing this, I keep reminding myself, how lucky I am because I know what it was like to not do something that I love.
We're going to bring Jade on stage. Jade and Jessa are going to switch places, and I'm going to give this one to Tank while we get settled. Tank, we're about to hear. Here you go. If I Ain't Got You. Could you set this up for us where we hear this in the show?
Oh yeah, this is a great moment in the show. So, I've just come from Jersey Girl's house, who is my ex-girlfriend, who I have Jade with, and I was being there for her because she needed me because Jade was getting wild. All right, Allie was getting wild, and so she was like, "Hey, come help me with our daughter." And I show up, and in this space where you just see the song we just sang, I'm kind of seducing a little bit. I'm the shoulder to cry on, but I also remember how we used to, amen. So You know, I'm in me trying to get that back. Now I make this turn in the next scene and go see my daughter, who's downstairs in what we call the Ellington room, playing the piano, and I sneak in on her, and because she doesn't know that I'm there, and I start playing the piano, and then we have this moment in song where it feels like we're getting ready to really, really reconnect, and that's all I'm gonna tell you, because if you haven't seen the show, you have. This is a great part of the show where you might not like me so much. You know what I'm saying? You might not be feeling the play after that. But I want you to see it.
Here's Tank and Jade Malone with If I Ain't Got You. We're live in the Greene Space with the team from Hell's Kitchen.
Some people live for the fortune. Some people live just for the fame. Some people live for the power, yeah. Some people live just to play the game. Some people think that the physical things define what's within, and I've been there before, but that life's a bore, so full of the superficial. Some people want it all, but I don't want nothing at all. If it ain't you, baby, if I ain't got you, baby. Some people want diamond rings, some just want everything. Everything means nothing if I ain't got you. Is it coming back to you? Not even a little bit?
Not even a little bit.
Whatever. I'ma keep going. Watch this. Some people search for, they looking for something.
It's a fountain.
Fountain. I knew she knew the song. You know what I'm saying? Promises forever.
Oh my God, young.
Young. Ooh. Some people need
3 dozen roses.
but that's the only way to prove you love them. Too late, I heard you. You might as well come on.
Hand me the world on a silver platter. And what good would it
Be and no
one
one to share.
No one who truly cares for me.
Some people want it all. I don't want nothing at all. If it ain't you, babe, I got you, baby. Some people want diamond rings. Some just want everything. Everything means nothing if I ain't got you. Some people want it all, but I don't want nothing at all. If it ain't you, baby, if I ain't got you, baby. Some people want diamond rings, some just want everything, but everything means nothing. If I ain't got you. If I ain't got you with me, baby. It's my favorite part here.
See nothing in this whole wide world don't mean a thing if I ain't got you with me, baby.
And Jade Milan from Broadway's Hell's Kitchen. If I Ain't Got You, we'll be right back with more music from Keisha Lewis live from the Greene Space.
Boys are perceived to be harder to control than girls. It's that perception, not their actual behavior, that may be holding boys back the most at school.
If you are seen as a troublemaker by your teacher, that impacts the way that you start to see yourself, and that starts to shape the way that you then behave in future years.
It's part 2 of our special series, Falling Behind, the Miseducation of America's Boys. That's on the next On Point. Weeknights at 8 on WNYC.
WNYC is supported by the New York Community Trust. For 100 years, New Yorkers have turned to the Trust, creating charitable legacies through their wills to meet changing needs in New York City, Long Island, and Westchester. More at give2.nyc. Job Today, the hiring app built for urgent hiring needs faced by New York's small businesses. Job Today's mobile platform features direct chat with candidates and interview scheduling. Learn more at jobtoday.com.
Foreman School, a Connecticut co-ed college prep school dedicated to empowering students with language-based learning differences and executive function deficits. Hosting an open house on Friday, April 18th. Information at formanschool.org.
This is all of it on WNYC. I'm Alison Stewart. I'm in the Greene Space at WNYC with the cast and the creative team from Hell's Kitchen. This is a special live listening party. If you're listening on the radio, you can watch by going to WNYC.org. I am joined now for the final performance. Tony winner Keisha Lewis. Keisha plays Allie's mentor, Miss Liza Jane. The role earned her a Tony for Best Featured Actress last year. She's also received an Outer Critics Circle Award, a Lucille Lortel Award, and Obie Award for this performance. Please welcome Keisha Lewis.
Yeah. There we go. Simple walk to the corner store. Mama never thought she would be getting a call from the coroner. Said her son's been gunned down, Can you come now? Tears in her eyes, can you calm down? Please, ma'am, can you calm down? It rained fire in the city that day, they say. A river of blood in the streets, no love in the streets. But then came silence from the city that day, they say. Just another one gone, and the city moved on. She's stuck there singing, baby, don't you close your eyes, 'cause this could be our final time. And you know I'm horrible at saying goodbye. When I think of all you could have done, at least you'll stay forever young. I guess you picked the perfect way to die. Oh, I guess you picked the perfect way to die. New job, new city, new her. Bright-eyed, you would have been proud if you knew her. Flashing lights in the mirror, pull over. A couple nights in detention and it's over. A whole life's over. They came marching in the city that day. They say, carrying signs in the streets, crying eyes in the streets, but they heard nothing from the city that day. They say, just another one gone, and the city moved on. We're stuck here singing, baby, don't you close your eyes, 'cause this could be our final time, and you know I'm horrible in saying goodbye. When I think of all you could have done, at least you'll stay forever young. I guess you picked the perfect way to die. Oh, I guess you picked the perfect way to die. Another dream lost, another king and queen lost, another broken promise they refuse to make right, another night to live in fear, another night that you're not here, another reason to get out there and fight. I say, baby, don't you close your eyes, 'cause this could be our final time, and you know I'm horrible at saying goodbye. When I think of all you could have done, at least you'll stay forever young. I guess you picked the perfect way to die. Oh, I guess you picked the perfect.
That was Keisha Lewis from Broadway's Hell's Kitchen. This is part of our special live broadcast from the Greene Space. Not only are you a tremendous singer, you can see what a tremendous actor you are in that song. Where do you pull from the emotion for that song?
It's actually kind of easy, unfortunately, because of the world that we live in right now. And my son and I was a single parent from the time he was 8 years old. And so raising a black boy in New York is terrifying. And all I have to do is remember what it was like. He's 21 now, but literally I tease him and say, I have knees like a camel the way I prayed for you. They are wrinkled and crusty because of all the prayer. And that's real. You know, your child, a young black boy walks out of the house to go to school.
16-year-old at home.
You don't know if they're going to come back okay. So you pray a lot and you teach them how to be in this world so that they do come home, that he does not have the privilege of having anger at authority figures if they're treating him unfairly. He doesn't have that privilege. So that is where it pulls from. And everything that goes on in the world, I see all the faces when I do the show. Sometimes I pick one, sometimes I see them all, from Sandra Bland to Eric Garner to Trayvon Martin, and the list goes on.
You are the original member of the original team of Hell's Kitchen that's here today.
Kind of, sort of.
Yeah, sort of. How did you first get involved with Hell's Kitchen?
So I've known our director, Michael Greif, for over 30 years.
He's a wonderful director.
Wonderful
by the way.
director.
Yeah.
And Michael sent me an email and said, I'm working on something and I think there's a role for you here and I'd love you. And at this time, we were not even back in person yet from COVID. So he said, we're going to do a little reading online and I'd love for you to join. He said, I'll send you the script, see what you think. And I thought, oh, this is a great part. I'd love to read it. And we were online, so we did that. And it went well. And then he reached out again, maybe about 2-3 months later, and said, we're going to do another reading. But what you need to know is that this is loosely based on Alicia Keys. So Alicia will be on the Zoom. Say what now? And thankfully, she had her screen blacked out so we wouldn't freak out. But it felt like that was the audition process. She needed to hear me. And then I've been in the theater industry for over 40 years now. And she is not, from that world. So then Michael called me and he said, so this may sound a little insulting, but Alicia doesn't know you. So we need you to sing. And just make a video of yourself singing Perfect Way to Die. So because it was easy to pull from what I needed to sing, it was a one take. And I got the job.
What's been special or interesting to you about seeing this show evolve from being down at the Public to being on Broadway?
The theater process, I've been in it for so long and I've done a lot of things over the years, and every process is a little different. And so this was the first one for me that, because we had the cachet of Alicia Keys, it was a little different. Just in terms of the excitement, usually there's a little bit of, oh God, is it gonna go? Oh God, is it gonna work? Oh God, am I gonna have a job tomorrow? But this one didn't feel like that. So there was always this kind of freedom and creativity. And like Jess, said so eloquently, we have freedom in the show that's not like every Broadway show. This is the first Broadway show. This is 11 for me. And this is the first Broadway show where I've had vocal freedom, where I could say, can I try this? Can I try that? And Alicia's generosity, she's a brand. She could just say, do what I did because it worked. You know what I mean? But she doesn't do that. She says, let me hear what you got. Oh, let's try this. Let's play with that. Oh, what you did was perfect right there. Keep that. And so the process and that being celebrated off Broadway and on Broadway, it's been tremendous. It's been tremendous.
Did you have someone like Miss Liza Jane in your life?
I had several.
Yeah.
I had several. I'm going to try not to get messy. I'm a crier. I've had several Miss Liza Janes in my life. There were some Mr. Liza Janes in my life. And I have all their pictures on my phone, one right behind the other. And when I need to look at them and remind myself, all these teachers, all these family members that poured into me when I was a knucklehead kid and knew that I had something special but not quite sure what it was or how to handle it, those people helped guide me and mold me and shape me. And so I have several, and it's a privilege to play this role, to pay tribute to all of our Miss Liza Janes. All of us have a mentor, or 3 or 5 or 7.
Keisha Lewis, thank you so much. All right, we're going to go out on one more song. We're going to bring Jade and Jessica back on stage from Hell's Kitchen. They are going to perform No One. This is Jessica Voss and Jade Milan.
I just want you close, where you can stay forever. You can be sure that it will only get better. You and me together through the days and nights. I don't worry, 'cause everything's gonna be alright. And people keep talking, they can say what they like, but all I know is everything's gonna be alright. No one, no one, no one can get in the way of what I'm feeling. No one, no one, no one can get in the way of what I feel for you. You can get this I know for certain. Oh, you and me together through the days and nights. I don't worry, 'cause everything's gonna be alright. And people keep talking, they can say what they like, but all I know is everything's gonna be alright. No one, no one, no one can get in the way of what I'm feeling. No one, no one, no one can get in the way of what I'm feeling. I know some people search the world to find something like what we have. I know that people will try to divide something so real. So till the end of time, I'm telling you, there ain't no one, no one, no one can get in the way of what I'm feeling. No one, no one, no one can get in the way of what I feel for you. Oh, 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 oh,
Hell's Kitchen, everybody, live from the Greene Space. Our huge thanks to Jessica Voss, Tank, Keisha Lewis, Adam Blackstone, Jade Milan. We appreciate you all coming out to join us. Thanks so much. Thanks, you guys.